Right, good morning. I'm so sorry. Few technical problems this morning. I'm not quite sure why, but it wouldn't go live. It kept, when it does that spinny thing and it wouldn't go live. And I've just had a really important phone call come in. So I was dealing with that. I've just given my phone to my husband so that he can continue that call whilst I'm here. So I'm a little bit frazzled, but we're here. That's the main thing. Welcome. Good morning. It's Monday again. We are on. Wow. The 10th of our summer specials. After today, we will have 5 more, and then we're going to have a week break before we all go back to school. So apologies for that. Let's get started, and we are starting with this. If you didn't get a chance to look at this and you're not watching this live, then please pause it now and have a little go. For those of you who have had a go, we are going to go through it now. If you do have a pack of cards handy, Rosie is going to be attempting another spectacular card trick. So if you've got cards, that would be great. And all the 2 pens, paper. I'm not going to go through all that because I'm a little bit frazzled this morning. So let's get started with this. So here's our question, our broken calculator. It's really tricky to use because I've only got 2 numbers available to me. And the only operations available to me are subtraction and multiplication. But luckily, I know that I can play around with a load of different numbers and I can come up with lots of different solutions. But can I come up with all 10? Is it working now? I hope it's working, Grace. Thank you for letting people know that I was running late. So maybe we'll start with a nice easy one. You can make them as easy or as complicated as you want, but let's just do a nice easy one. If we've got 5 and we subtract 4, then that's going to give us 1. So we're happy with that. Right, we want to get 2 now. So we've got 4. We're going to multiply it by 4. That's going to give me 16. And then I'm going to take away 5. That gives me 11. Then I'm going to take away another 5, which gives me 6. And then take away 4, which gives me 2. Okay. Now I could do exactly the same for 3, couldn't I? 4 times 4 subtract 5 subtract 5, 4 subtract 4 to get 3. But let's do one slightly differently. We're going to do 55. We're going to subtract 44. That's going to give me 11. And now if I subtract 2 lots of 4 from 11, that's going to give me 3. Okay. 4 multiplied by 5, subtracting 4 multiplied by 4 will give me 4. I've put some suggestions here as well, just to get my mind thinking about what I need to do. I wrote down all the numbers and I can see, just looking at that I can get 10 quite easily, can't I? And then I've just done 20 subtract 16 to get that one. Okay, so it helps just to sort of write some of the numbers down. Right, let's move on to this side. Okay, number 6. We have 55. Subtract 54. That gives us 11. And then if I obviously, I'm going into my son, subtract 5, then that is going to give me 6. For 7, if I do 4 times 4, that gives me 16. I've now got to take away 9 to get back to 7. So I can subtract my 5 and my 4. Well done, Rose. Okay, for 8, if I do 5 times 4, that gives me 20. And then I'm just going to take away 3 lots of 4. Subtract 4, subtract 4, subtract 4. That gives me my 8. Finally, maybe you might have seen from over here, I can just do 54, subtract 45 even. That gives me 9. And finally, 55, subtract 45. Gives us 10. Now, there's many different ways of solving this. You might have come up with different solutions, but that's how we look at breaking it down, looking at all the different options, and then just having a little play around and seeing what works. Okay, hope you found that fun. I said I would just quickly go through the explanation the maths behind the one that Rose did on Friday, which was this think of a number one. So I'm just going to explain that to you algebraically as well. Then we'll do a couple of shout outs because, Rose is a superstar. She's going to rub it out for me. So while Rose is rubbing it out, I'm just going to go through this for you. So it says, think of a number, add 1, double it, subtract 3, add the number you first thought of, add 7, divide by 3, and take away the number you first thought of. So this is a really nice trick because what I said to you, if you remember from Friday, is that the solution, the answer is always 2. But we want to have a little look and think about why that is. So I'm going to steal the clean half of the board that Rose has cleaned for me. Okay. And I'm going to write it down. Hopefully, as the board wobbles. Whoa, and moves. All right, so think of a number. Right, so I'm going to pick, has anyone got a suggestion for me? Let's pick the number 5. We could do 9 because you're 9. Should we do 9?
Yeah.
Rose is 9 years old. Okay. So the number that we've thought of is 9. We've added 1 to it. That gives us 10. We've then doubled it. That gives us 20. We've then subtracted 3. That gives us 17. We're now going to add the number we first thought of. So that is going to give me 26. And now I'm going to add 7. 33. Now I'm going to divide by 3. That gives me 11. I'm now going to subtract the number I first thought of, which is Rose's age, which is 9. And we get 2. Okay, let's have a look at it again very quickly. But instead of saying that Rose is 9,
I'm X.
We don't know how old Rose is. I've forgotten. I'm suffering from a bit of amnesia. So I don't know how old she is. Yeah, you don't need to do that. Yeah, thank you. So we use a letter to represent a number when we don't know what the number is. I don't know how old she is, so I'm going to pretend that she is X years old. Okay?
Or Y.
You could be Y. You could be anything, frankly, but we're going to go with X. Let's move this back a little bit so you can.
I could be R.
Still. It could be R for Rose. All right, so first step was to add 1. So there we go. X plus 1. What did we do next? We multiplied by 2. So we took all of this and we multiplied it by 2. So we can put the brackets round and do 2 lots of X plus 1. But I might just say it's 2 lots of X plus 1. So there's 1 lot of X plus 1. And there's my second lot of X plus 1. So that's this bit done. Done that, we've done that. We're now going to subtract 3. Done that. And now we're going to add the number that you first thought of, which is now. So we've done that. We're now adding 9, but we're adding X this time, aren't we? We're adding X. Now we're going to add 7. Now we're going to take all of that. Whew, maybe that was a bit silly, wasn't it? Let's put the plus 7 up there. All of that is going to be divided by 3. And then after we've done that, sorry, Rose, I'm going to have to move this a little bit. After we've done all of that, we're then going to take away the number we first thought of. The number we first thought of was X. We're going to subtract X. Sorry, that looks a bit messy. Whoa, let's see what we can do with this. I've got an X and another X and another X. So I've got 3X altogether. That's called collecting like terms. I've got 1 plus 1 is 2. Cool. Subtract 3 is negative 1 plus 7 is plus 6.
Away 3 add 7 because that makes 10, so that makes it. Subtract 3.
So isn't that brilliant what Rose just said? Make life easy. Okay? 1 plus 1 plus 7 is 9. 9 subtract 3 is 6. That's much easier than having to mess around with negative numbers. Now 3x divided by 3 would just leave us with x. 6 divided by 3 would just leave us with 2. And then we've got to remember to subtract the number you first thought of at the end. So x subtract x disappears,
So the
and
answer
you're
is 2.
just left. Doesn't matter what number you choose, you'll always end up with 2. And you can play around with this, so the number you always end up with is 4 or 6 or what have you. That doesn't
Or you'll
matter.
always end
Okay.
up with the same number you started off with. Or
Exactly.
0, because you could just have the first fingers times your number by 0.
Okay, so there's loads of different ways you can play around with that, but it's a really nice trick because people are sort of, how on earth did you know my answer was 2? All right, so we've done that. Time for you guys to do a little bit of work. I do not have my music at the moment because my phone is still being used for that important phone call. So we'll just have to have silent questions today.
But I can see if I can set up more.
It's okay. All right. Thank you, Rose, but I'm just going to use yours for the timer. 2 minutes. Let's go. Thirty seconds. Part 2 coming up. Thirty seconds remaining. part 3. $30. Okay, your time is up. Let's get started. Oh dear, someone found that a bit of a challenge. Right, let's get started with the answers to part 1. Have my pointy stick. We have 35. 3. Question 3 is 7. Question 4 is 7. Question 5 is 15. Question 6 is 158. Question 7 is 81. Question 8 is 12,167. Question 9 is 24. And question 10, 57,901. Let's do part 2. All right, we have question 1 is 8. Question 2 is 2. Question 3 is 4. Question 4 is 0.8334. Question 5 is 8. Question 6 is 1.3. We're just rounding to 1 decimal place. Now, in this case, question 7, for this particular one, rounding to 2 significant figures is the same as rounding to 1 decimal place, because you're looking at the 1, that's your first significant figure, and your second significant figure is the 3. So you still get the number 1.3 because the 1 obviously does not round the 3 up. Question 8 is 69. Question 9 is 31 minutes. Remember, with this kind of question, go up to 10 o'clock, which is 14 minutes, and then add on 17 minutes to the 14 minutes. And question 10 is 9, last one. Okay, part 3. Lowest common multiple of 6 and 8 is 24. Highest common factor of 6 and 8 is 2. Make sure we do not get our lowest common multiples and our highest common factors muddled up. Remember, multiples think times tables. Question 3 is 30. Question 4 is 2. Question 5 is 4. Question 6 is 10. Question 7 is 10. Question 8 is also 10. Question 9 is 5. 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5 gives us 125. And question 10 is also 10. 10 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 10 gives us 1,000. Okay, gosh, we're popular today. You probably just heard the doorbell go as well. So, whilst you're totaling up your scores, pop them in the chat for me, please. Mini Maths has got 16 out of 30. That was very quick, totaling that up. Let's do those shout outs. So, we have good morning to Matada, to Jathajan, to Samuel, to Aliha, to Hamza, Zoe, Emily, Annabelle, Ben, Izzy, Ibrahim, Rose, James, Grace, Aaron, Phoebe, and I'm hoping, Alex. Have I missed anyone else? I hope not. Okay, so let's have a look at your, before we do the challenge question. No, we've done that. Okay, so let's get started with our challenge question. Okay, let's have a look at this for a couple of minutes. Good luck. Right, have you had enough time? Don't forget, you can pause it if you need a little bit more time. Now, Rose has told me that she wants to have a go, so I'm quite curious. Let's see what Rose comes up with.
So first you're going to find combinations that make 9 out of these 5 numbers. So you could have 1 and 4. No. You could have 2 and 4. You could have 2 and 4 and 3 and 1. So that's 4 numbers.
And that makes 10.
Okay.
Why don't you write it down? So this is the challenge, right? If something's tricky, write it down. It makes it easier. Always makes it easy. You don't have to do all your maths in your head. You can write it down. Okay?
4, 5, 3, 4, 1. Yeah?
3 plus 4 plus 1 makes 8.
No, 3 plus 4 plus 2.
There we go. Okay. Because that's only used 2 numbers, and now you're using 3 numbers. And then stand back so people can see what you've written.
But then 1 and 5 doesn't make 9, it makes...
Well, try it.
So you could try 3, 4, 2, 1, 5.
Okay, so what happens this way? What does that add up to?
10.
All right, so
maybe... I know.
just stand to the side so people can see.
Now goes...
Absolutely perfect. Well done. Okay, so give us the answer. Right, so what Rose has done, absolutely brilliant, and she's got the right answer. She's just used a little bit of trial and error, playing around, seeing which combinations of numbers add up to 9, and then seeing how they can work. Okay, there's another way of doing it, where you can look at this and you can say that if they've got to add up to 9, you've got to have 3 in the middle. You're using a little bit of work on averages, on mean, because 3 actually is the mean of these numbers added together. Yeah. So if I added all these together, I get 3, 6, 10, 15, and 15 divided by 5 equals 3. Okay. It's also the median as well. Now, all I'm saying is if you put 3 in the middle here, you know you've got 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So we're just using a little bit of averages to help us. Okay. You've got your middle number here, and you could have 2, 3, 4. You could obviously have 1 and 5 there as well. But either way, with those combinations, it works. Well done. Okay, now here comes the real challenge, because challenge 2 is our...
Dingbat?
No, not dingbats yet.
Yeah.
We've got our fabulous 5-card challenge. Okay, so give us 1 minute not even 1 minute, 10 seconds whilst we set this up. You've got the cards. Okay, so
who's gonna guess?
right, well, we'll both do it. You can I'll guess first, yeah, and then you can guess. Right, are we ready?
Okay, so
Hold on. Right, there we go. Okay, now Rose, I'm going to shuffle these cards. I can promise you there is no cheating. This is not sleight of hand. This is a maths trick. Okay. Rose is going to pick 5 cards. Only 5 cards. I don't want to see what they are. I am not looking.
I will show you
You don't need to show the screen yet.
Okay,
You've got 5 cards? Okay.
Should I show?
No, not yet. So what Rose is going to do is she's going to look at her 5 cards and she's going to put 4 cards down. And then I am going to predict what the 5th card is. Okay? Let's see if it works. Okay.
Then. Okay.
Oh, gosh, Rose, you've given me such a hard one.
I randomly picked.
Okay, so I'm thinking it's a spade. That's the first thing I'm thinking. And I'm thinking it is... I'm going with the 10 of spades. Yeah! 10 of spades, can you see it? It's a 10 of spades. 10 of spades. Right, now,
I'm guessing.
even more impressive, I'm going to pick 5 cards. And Rose is like, okay, so hold them out. I'll grab 5 cards. I'm going to grab that one. Oh, 1, 2, maybe that one, 4, and 5. Okay, all right. Rose can't see my cards. I'm not going to show you either because you might have a little sneaky peek at the screen. Okay, so I am going to choose. My secret card that she has to guess is this one.
All right.
Got it on my chest. Go on. Shall I show you? No. Because then you might think I'm cheating.
Okay, I know it.
Okay.
It is the 8 of clubs.
Yay! Okay, so
Are we going to tell them?
I'm going to give you one clue, and then I'm going to give you the proper explanation, the full explanation on Wednesday. Yeah, but you can do the explanation on Wednesday. Right, so Rosie is going to tell you the first clue. What's the first clue?
The first card is the suit.
Okay, so the first card tells you the suit. Because you're dealing out 5 cards, you are always going to get 2 cards, at least 2 cards that are the same suit. So the first card always tells you what the suit is. But the rest of it, you've got to have a little play, see if you can work it out. We'll show you on Wednesday. Right. Ready for some dingbats? Here's your first one. Rosie's writing on the board what she thinks it is. Pause it if you want a little bit more time. Oh, okay. Well, she's halfway there. Blessing. Well done. It is blessing in disguise. Blessing in disguise. Have you heard that phrase?
No.
A blessing in disguise. Something that you think is going to be bad, but actually turns out to be really good. It's called a blessing in disguise. Here is your
blessing because I mean the letters.
Well done. And here is your maths thing back. Have a look at this one, Rose. Well, Rose said no clue. Okay, let's have a look. You got to say what you see. Do you know what? Chloe? When I first did this, I said Capitol because I thought tall as in tall buildings. But remember, it's a maths dingbat. So it's Kappa. And what can we see? We can see a city.
Kappa City.
Kappa City. Go on, say it.
Kappa City. Kappa City.
Yeah, which is?
Kappa City.
Capacity. Rose is going capacity. Fantastic. Right, before I put up your takeaway challenge for today, I'll just pop it on the board there. I just want to quickly note some of these fantastic scores that have come in. So let's have a look. So mini maths, she got 16, very good. Chloe got 24, amazing. Jathajan, you are an absolute superstar, but you already know I think that of you. You got 30, amazing. Matada has changed his name to Giggly. He got 26. Code Wrecker, I think you're Alex. You got 28. Absolutely brilliant. And I don't think I've missed anyone. Yeah, so you're going to have to tune in to get the solution to that amazing magic trick on Wednesday. Here is your takeaway challenge.
Thursday.
And hold on one second. Let's pop this on. Have a fantastic week. Enjoy the weather. I know it's hot. It's super, super hot. I will see you Wednesday.